everybody, and welcome to That Wrestling Show, the podcast where all pro wrestling matters. I am Bill Yankovic, and joining me is the man who is too hungover for podcasting, Mr. Fro.
I'm very glad that we didn't do this last night.
The reason why we said that, all joking aside, was when we were going to record, because I think you all know by now, we usually record on Fridays. I get on Skype, I'm about ready to record, and Fro's like, I am drunk. I mean, I am drunk. So,
yeah.
So that's why it's a day later, but not $1 short.
I had one bottle of wine, a 6-pack of beer, and at least 6 shots of vodka.
Damn, that's almost Andre the Giant worthy there.
I was a little drunky, but yes.
Man, no wonder you Europeans can outdrink us. Excuse me.
No, I was slurring. I was talking slurs. And like, it doesn't make a good podcast where somebody goes like, hello, everybody.
Right. Oh, man. So.
But we are here.
We are here. And we're not queer, so get used to it. This week, well, I mean, you know, anyway, this week on the show, we're going to review AEW Revolution. We're going to preview the Elimination Chamber, which, believe it or not, is tomorrow night.
It feels so close.
It does. And Fro gets to play a game.
Yeehaw!
So, now, there really wasn't going to be, if we had recorded yesterday, not a lot of news, but there had been some news developing over the last 24 hours, and I just want to bring these up. Last night, Scott Steiner ended up being hospitalized while in Atlanta because he was there for Impact Wrestling, and at first it was very serious. Like, it almost was like he could have died yesterday. But thankfully, they were able to get him to the hospital in time. They managed to get him back. And right now, he is in, as of this recording, stable condition. So, I mean, you don't ever want to see that happen to a guy, even if it is Scott Steiner, but still, you don't really want to see that happen with a guy. So, it's just good to hear that Scott Steiner is right now getting on the up and up.
Yep.
Because, I mean, we sort of don't need another death right now.
We kind of don't, no.
And is Scott Steiner the most popular guy? Not really, but still, you know, I mean, you do have to worry about his health first, so. But hopefully Scott Steiner does recover 100% and comes back healthy in the very near future. Staying with Impact Wrestling, one of their knockouts is now a free agent. It is Sue Young. She was at at last night's, I should say, Impact taping, but she is a free agent, so she can negotiate.
I am very surprised that they are letting her go. I see amazing things in her. I am shocked that Impact doesn't give her a big enough deal that she wants to sign with them. I am really surprised that they don't see what I see in her, because I think she will become amazing. And I think I said that when we saw her match. I said there's nothing wrong with her wrestling ability. It's just that she's a little green right now, and I think she would be amazing in any company she goes to. So this amazes me.
Plus, she's young. She's 30 years old. So she has youth on her side. And I'm going to say this, I don't usually say this very bluntly, but I am. If she's going to go anywhere, she needs to go to AEW. Because I think that women's division would be a big boost to have her there.
Yeah. I would like her to stay in Impact because I think Impact needs her more than AEW.
Well, I guess you're right. I mean, if you had to pick, I think Impact right now has a little bit of the better women's roster than AEW. Only because,
That's true. Oh, yeah.
Only because the women there have experience in the ring.
Yeah.
And all of them, for the most part, are getting used. With AEW, not all of them get used. So
I agree.
But I could see your point. I had a popcorn kernel in my mouth. Anyway, the going to the WWE and mainly the Hall of Fame, it was announced this past Tuesday on WWE Backstage. I think a lot of us pretty much knew this was going to come. JBL is getting inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame this year.
Yeah, I have absolutely no problem with this. The only thing that I was a little like, wow, are they doing this? Is because he's so involved with another company.
No, I'm with you. I actually don't have a problem with him going in because when he was WWE champion, he was actually a very entertaining heel. Like, he was the chicken shit heel character, and he pulled it off. I gotta give him that. And he was a bully. You know, we all know that.
Oh, yeah.
But he was a very good WWE champion, and then when he started out as a commentator, he was actually a really good commentator.
I agree.
So,
but like I said, I'm more shocked that it's happening right now. I don't see why WWE would be interested in pushing another company's commentator. To be honest,
I think they're running out of names. That's the thing.
Yeah, but don't you agree? It's kind of a weird timing.
Maybe not. I'm not really sure.
Don't you think he will mention the other company by name in his acceptance speech?
Who, JBL?
Yeah.
No, he's a WWE guy through and through.
Really?
Are you thinking of Taz?
Maybe I'm thinking of Taz.
I think you're thinking of Taz.
Don't tell that to Taz. I am thinking of Taz.
Right.
Why am I thinking of Taz all of a sudden? That's weird. Okay, yes. JBL came Taz in my mind.
Right. That's pretty funny.
That is funny.
The next inductee for the WWE Hall of Fame will be announced this coming Thursday on Corey Graves' podcast, After the Bell. So, if you really want to know who the next inductee is going to be, go subscribe to After the Bell with Corey Graves because, Corey Graves.
Do you have any guess?
I think this is going to be Liger.
Ooh, really?
Mm-hmm. Because that name has popped up a lot. I think it's going to be Liger.
That would be a header in my mind, but that's me.
If it's not him, then the other one that I am thinking of that they've mentioned, it's going to be the British Bulldog. It's going to be one of those two.
Okay.
So,
I think it's a better chance that it's the British Bulldog than it's
Liger. I could see
Liger.
that. Yeah.
Because the British Bulldog is more a WWE guy than.
Well, true. Yeah. But they do like to every once in a while have a guy that either wrestled once for them or never wrestled but was such a big name that they can't really ignore.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, because Liger was never in WWE, right?
Right. He only had that one match at NXT.
Yeah, I remember that match.
Yeah, he never had a WWE match.
Didn't he win that match?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I thought so.
And you know, the other thing is, because we're getting real close, and actually I want to give a cheap plug here. In about 2 weeks, the last Friday in March, Fro and I, we're going to do our annual WWE Hall of Fame preview show, where we're going to go through each person that is getting inducted, and we are ultimately going to give this class a grade. And Fro, I can tell you right now, it's not a good grade for me.
No, it's not a good grade for me either. I don't care about half these people.
And we don't even have the person that's going to get the Warrior Award if they're going to do that this year.
Right. Yeah.
So it's going to be very interesting.
I will be shocked if they don't do that stuff.
I would too.
I mean, that could be the thing that's on the Corey Graves podcast.
That's a possibility too.
Yeah.
Or
I mean,
maybe,
they really want to push their agenda with the Warrior.
Or
Award,
maybe
so.
they'll do it on the Dana Warrior podcast. Oh, wait a minute. She hasn't done one in forever. Speaking of Hall of Famers, and I think this is a smart move by WWE. The Bella Twins were going to be a part of Access, but the WWE has removed them from Access because of the coronavirus. Because they have a confirmed case in Tampa. And with the Bellas being pregnant, I think it's a smart move that you do not want to risk 2 pregnant women being at an autograph table for thousands of people while they're pregnant. I think that's a smart move on WWE's part.
Yep.
So they will have a replacement, just not sure who it's going to be. Pardon me, at this time. Now, speaking of the coronavirus, this has also affected WWE action figures.
Okay.
Because...
Oh yeah, they are made in Japan or China.
Yeah, they are made in China. And a website, ringsidecollectibles.com, issued a statement on Instagram saying that four series of figures that were pre-ordered are being pushed back in shipping because of the coronavirus. And those are Elite 76, Series 107, Undertaker as Kane exclusive, and Battle Pack 64. I think some of them were going to be released in either early to late April. Now it's going to be from late April to mid-May. So yeah, I mean, the coronavirus is taking a toll on a lot of businesses, and pro wrestling is definitely one of them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not super worried about WrestleMania because it's so short time to, and the virus has spread enough to them to shut down that.
Right.
But I have heard rumors about I mean, Tokyo 2020 is more or less.
Yeah,
has
the
to
Summer
be-
Olympics, yeah.
Yes. I am worried about Eurovision because that's in the middle of May.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not super worried about WrestleMania.
I think it's going to go on, honestly.
Yeah.
Because by
What
that,
they are thinking of doing in Eurovision is what I think they will maybe do at the Olympics as well. Have absolutely no
nobody
audience.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is very possible. I mean, I know here in Maryland, over at Johns Hopkins University, they had college basketball games played yesterday, and they did not allow any fans, any band to be there.
Yeah, it's sad, but
It's the safe thing to do.
Yeah, and people can watch it on TV if they're super interested.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Talking about something that didn't get the coronavirus, The Masked Singer.
Yes. Yes, this was
See what they did there?
championship. Yeah, I did. This was the championship of Group B. T-Pain was the guest judge. And the
they
group
start
had
with
a
the group
beautiful performance.
Yeah, they start with Larger Than Life by Backstreet Boys. Nice performance.
I preferred that one over the first group with Kiss.
Yes, I agree. I prefer this group all over Group A, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it was Kitty with Mama Broken Heart by Miranda Lambert. Taco with Can't Help Myself by the Tubes.
Four Tops.
Four Tops. Thank you. Banana with Lean on Me by Bill Withers.
Mm-hmm.
And Frog, You Dropped a Bomb on Me by the Gap Band.
Have you ever seen the music video for that?
I have.
It's very
awful.
80s. It is very 80s.
Very. And Taco went out, and I was wrong. No, I was right.
No, you were right.
I mean,
it was Tom Bergeron.
Yeah. It was Tom Bergeron. I'm very happy when I'm right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have no clue with who Kitty is.
No, I don't either.
Banana and Frog.
I'm still convinced with the banana. It's Bret Michaels.
Okay.
I am now convinced the Frog is Bow Wow.
Yeah, I'm very happy because they showed the bow this week.
Yeah, I'm now convinced.
Yeah. Yeah, about Banana, I think I'm back at the track I told you about last week. So I agree. I also think it is
Bret Michaels.
Bret Michaels. Yeah.
Next week we have our final group starting off. It is the Astronaut, the Bear, the Night Angel, the Rhino, not Rhino, but the Rhino, Swan, and T-Rex.
Yeah, I have seen absolutely no promos for any of them.
Nope,
so
I have not.
Yep.
Also, how about this? April the 14th is going to be a special sing-along episode of The Masked Singer.
I'm looking forward to that, actually.
That could be pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
That could be actually very fun, now that I think about it.
But yeah, no, right now, I think my favorites are Kangaroo from last group and sorry, I totally forgot. Kitty from this group.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna agree with you with Kitty. Absolutely. I'm leaning towards Turtle from the A group.
Yeah, Turtle as well is very, very good. As long as White Tiger doesn't win, I'm very happy.
I don't think he will. Has think once we get to the Super 9, he's the first.
Rob can do a lot, but he can't really sing.
I think once we get to the Super 9, that first episode, White Tiger's gone.
Out. Yeah.
I really think he's gone, so...
I totally agree.
Yeah. So, Fro, I still have with me the political wheel because we are about to do another segment of Wrestling with Politics.
Yay!
And we're at the halfway point.
3 presidents left.
Yeah, we have 3 presidents left. A quick recap for anyone that's new listening. What we're doing is we are ranking the 6 U.S. presidents that have had or that have been in office since the first WrestleMania in 1985. We are ranking them in order by the era of WrestleMania that they were in the office for. And ultimately, Fro and I are going to decide once and for all which president had the best era for WrestleMania. So, looking at our current standings, our current number 1 is George W. Bush. Number 2 is Barack Obama. And at the bottom, not a surprise to either one of us, is Bill Clinton.
Yep.
So, all the Democrats are gone. They've already been chosen. We have 3 Republicans left. And we're going to spin the wheel as we do another Wrestling with Politics.
I'm going to guess it will be a Republican.
Very good guess.
Thank you. Let me guess which Republican.
All right, it has landed. Take your guess.
Will it be Reagan?
It is Ronald Reagan.
Pure guess.
Ronald Reagan was the 40th president of the United States of America. He defeated Jimmy Carter in 1980 to win the presidential election and become the 40th president of the United States. His first term began in 1981, and he was an incumbent in 1984, defeating Walter Mondale in probably the biggest landslide in U.S. presidential election history. His second,
I think it will stand as one of the biggest.
I really do too.
Actually, I mean,
pardon me.
Nobody was thinking Matthew was going to win.
Actually, pardon me. It's the second most lopsided presidential election in modern history.
Yeah, because Clinton won more, didn't he?
Nope, it's actually Franklin Roosevelt.
Oh, Roosevelt, of course, yes.
But for Frankie, Frankie's not on the wheel, so.
Against...
it was against Alfred Landon.
Yes, Landon.
Yeah, go look up who Alfred Landon is, kids. So,
not a good guy.
So we're going to talk about Reagan's second term, which is 1985 to 1988.
Yeah, because we kind of have to say this. There were no WrestleManias in his first term.
Exactly. So
right.
So he has the first 4 WrestleManias. So let's take a look at them. The very first WrestleMania, March 31st, 1985, Madison Square Garden. Seen by over 1 million people on closed-circuit television. Main event was Hulk Hogan and Mr. T against Roddy Piper and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Also had Andre the Giant against Big John Studd in a body slam match. And Wendy Richter with Cyndi Lauper in her corner challenging Leilani Kai for the women's title. Those were the 3 big matches at the first WrestleMania. Now, they also had celebrity guests. Muhammad Ali was the referee for the main event, the outside referee. Billy Martin, who was the former baseball manager of the New York Yankees, was the ring announcer, and Liberace was the timekeeper for the main event.
Yeah, when everybody thought Liberace was not gay.
That first show, you know what? It's not that bad of a show, to be honest.
No, I like WrestleMania 1.
It's not the greatest, but it's not bad.
I mean, it's not another one that's coming up soon, but it's not good.
Right.
It's a fight.
No, it's not that bad of a show.
No.
Then we go to WrestleMania 2, which is the only WrestleMania to be held on a Monday. So I don't think we're ever going to see that again, ever.
No, never.
WrestleMania 2 was held in 3 different locations. So,
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what the headliners for each city was.
What a stupid idea.
For New York, the headliner was Roddy Piper against Mr. T in a boxing match.
Yeah.
In Chicago was a 20-man battle royal featuring not only wrestlers, but players of the National Football League. And in Los Angeles, the main event was Hulk Hogan defending the WWF title against King Kong Bundy in a steel cage match.
I have gotten a lot of flack for saying this, but this is one of my least favorite WrestleManias of all time.
It's not that good of a WrestleMania. It has one of my favorite matches, actually, ever.
Okay.
On this show. The Bulldogs against Greg Valentine and Brutus Beefcake. That's such a fun match to watch. I love the ending. The ending is so creative.
I agree to that pick, but all over, this is a very bad idea.
Yeah.
In the first
it is.
Having 3 locations does not work.
No, it doesn't quite work that well.
It works definitely against what it was trying to
do at the time.
And I like I said, I have gotten a lot of flack for saying that this is one of my least WrestleManias. I think this is an overrated WrestleMania, to be honest.
Right. Then we have WrestleMania 3, Pontiac Silverdome, 93,173 fans. I still believe in that number, actually. There's been disputes over that, but I firmly believe that there were 93,000 people at the Silverdome. Headlined by, at that time, perhaps the biggest match in the history of wrestling, Hulk Hogan defending the heavyweight title against Andre the Giant. Plus, you have a lot of people's choices as the greatest match of all time. Randy Savage defending the Intercontinental title against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
I love that match.
That is such a great match. And Roddy Piper in his retirement match against Adrian Adonis. Among other things that happened. There's a lot that happened at WrestleMania 3. And we could go all day with that one, but we're not. And then the final WrestleMania under Ronald Reagan's administration is WrestleMania 4. This is the first one at Trump Plaza in Atlantic City. This is the one with the tournament for the WWF title. That's pretty much the big thing there. There's also Demolition challenging Strikeforce for the tag team titles. Brutus Beefcake challenging the Honky Tonk Man for the Intercontinental title. And a few other matches on there as well. Well, I guess we're going to have to start, Fro, by going from the bottom just to see how far Reagan goes up.
I have an argument that he should be in the last place.
All right.
And I think my argument is this, and this is not his fault.
Right, it's not.
But he has only 4 freaking WrestleManias.
Well, yeah, this is the first one where we have someone with 4.
Yes. And that has to count for something. It's not his fault, but it has to count for something. And he has one of the worst WrestleManias and one of the best WrestleManias.
I think that's where I'm going to make my argument for him to be at least above Clinton. Because, now hear me out. With Clinton, he has arguably the 2 worst WrestleManias of all time, 9 and 11. Right. The only, because when we talked about Clinton last week, the only ones that we really liked were 14 and 10. To be honest. But I think with Reagan, 3 is so universally loved. And I actually don't mind 4 as much as other people do. I
think my biggest problem is that he has both 2 and 4. Oh. And I hate 2. I think 4 is...
4 is okay. It's okay.
It is okay, but I think 2 is so bad, and I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it. 1 is overrated. I mean, even though it's the first, doesn't make it the best.
No, oh no. Well, 3 was obviously the best.
Yes. So I think 1 and 4 hurts it. I think 1, 2, and 4 hurts him, to be honest.
But if you think about it,
I would rather watch Clinton's matches than watch
Reagan's. Ooh, man.
Yeah.
Because here's what I'm gonna say. 1 is a gamble, obviously. If WrestleMania 1 is not successful, we're not having this discussion today.
No, I agree. I agree on the importance of 1, but we're not looking at the importance.
Right. No, we're not. We're not. I'm just saying it out in my mind.
Right.
2 is an experiment, and it is a bad experiment. 3 is the ultimate gamble, and it pays off. 4 is just, we'll take it easy. I want to try to convince you to put Reagan above Clinton, but you're doing the opposite. You're starting to make me convince Clinton is a little bit better than Reagan, and Reagan has 3.
Yeah, and that's an argument. I mean, the thing is, if you look at Reagan's bad against Clinton's bad, like I said, 3 is awesome, but 1, 2, and 4, like I said, I'm not big a fan of either of them. And 2 especially is one of my least favorites of all time. I think 3 is great. Don't get me wrong, but Clinton actually had a good WrestleMania as well. So, but he has 3 bad and 1 very, very good. So that's why he goes under Clinton. I'm sorry.
No, I know. And we have to come to a mutual agreement on this. Man, this is going to pain me to agree with you on this. But I think I'm actually going to agree with you on this.
Thank you.
Just barely, though.
Yeah, it is very, 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 very tough.
Because now we're into the position where, along with Reagan, the other 2 people on the wheel have, well, with Senior Bush, he has 4 WrestleManias. Yeah. And with Trump, he will have 4 WrestleManias in a few weeks, but we're only going to do the 3 at the moment.
Yeah.
So...
Trump is in trouble.
Damn. See, my mindset going into it was, with Reagan, I would have been fine if he had been above Clinton but below Obama. But after hearing your argument, you actually have a good point. I mean, I like 1. 4, I don't mind because of the tournament. and 2 is just bad with the exception of one match that I really enjoy. So I think we're going to have to turn the key and put, right now, Ronald Reagan at the bottom of the list, surprisingly.
Yep.
I did not see that happening.
But I think, yeah, we'll talk about it when we talk about Bush Sr.
Right.
But I think there's an argument there that doesn't fit into this because, yeah.
All right.
Well,
So we're official with Reagan's position?
yeah.
All right.
Lock it in.
Lock it in. So now to look at our new standings. Still at number 1, George W. Bush. Number 2, Barack Obama. Number 3, Bill Clinton. And number 4, surprisingly at the bottom, Ronald Reagan.
Mm-hmm.
So, congrats to George W. 3rd week in a row, he is still number 1 on our board. And I got a feeling with the 2 left, he's going to stay at number 1.
Maybe.
So we will do that again next week with our remaining 2. All right. Do you want me to rant real quick, or do you want to get into our game?
Rant.
Okay, this is a non-wrestling related rant, but I just have to say this. Last night, I actually had free time, and I watched the documentary series on Netflix about Aaron Hernandez.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
And up until about the last 20 minutes of it, it was actually pretty good. I
liked it.
I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah.
My problem was, towards the end, they were like, oh, well, he had CTE, so he should get off the hook for killing those people. Bullshit.
Yeah, I think their point is more that we have to look into what head trauma does with your body, but I can totally understand where your anger came from, because I looked at this and like, you know me, I'm not a huge
you're not a football fan.
I watch the big game, and that's more or less it.
Yeah.
But I thought it didn't make any excuses. I think they were more trying to say that we should look what head trauma does to your body, and that the head trauma could be one of the reasons why I killed these people.
But man, I mean, I watched it, and some of the stupid stuff that he did, it's like, yeah, this guy's definitely not right, you know? I mean, I felt bad for him because he had a bit of a rough childhood. I'll give him that.
Right.
But I mean, all the stuff that he did, the fighting, and, you know, I can't ignore that. I'm sorry. No. You did what you killed people. You had to do the time, and then he killed himself,
right?
Because of a dumb law that thankfully no longer exists in Massachusetts. So, and I think the person I felt the worst about was his daughter.
Yeah.
Nobody else I felt bad about. I didn't feel bad about his mom, his dad, his fiance. Nobody else except his daughter. Well, and Owen and Lloyd's family. Those and the other families that had their loved ones killed. But
yeah,
I would recommend it though.
I would as well. I really liked it.
But yeah, it's just those last 15, 20 minutes. Like, oh god.
Yeah, no. I can understand it.
All right, Fro. This past Thursday, the Wrestling Observer Newsletter Awards came out. So,
okay.
Fro is going to guess who won in each of the wrestling categories. We don't do the MMA categories. So,
Well, I could try to guess, but I would have absolutely no clue who anybody was.
right. So, we're not going to do those. So,
I really don't care about MMA.
so what we do is I will read off the top 3 choices. Ro has to guess who the winner is in that category. Unless an MMA guy finishes first, he has to pick who was the highest. So we will begin with the U.S. Canada MVP for wrestling in 2019. Was it Cody, Chris Jericho, or Adam Cole?
What was the category again?
United States Canada MVP.
And what was the candidates?
Cody, Chris Jericho, Adam Cole.
Cody.
It is Chris Jericho.
Oh.
Cody finished second. Oh, we never did a number. How many do you think you're going to get right?
Out of?
A lot. We'll just say a lot.
Oh, how many categories is it? Approximately.
At least 20.
Okay, let's say 10 then.
All right. It could be more. I'm not really sure.
Okay, half. I will say half.
Okay, we'll do half. All right. Next category, Japanese MVP. Your choices are Okada, Kento Miyahara, and Will Ospreay.
I'm going to go with the first.
Okada it is. Very good. Next category, Mexico MVP. Your choices are L.A. Park, Rush, and Ray Phoenix.
Rush?
Rush finished second. It is Ray Phoenix who won the award. All right. So you're doing good. You're 1 for 3. That's not bad. That's not a bad start. Next category, Europe MVP. Was it Walter, Will Ospreay, or David Starr?
Walter.
It's Walter, definitely. Yep.
Had to be.
All right. Next category is non-heavyweight MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Dragon Lee, Shingo Takagi, or Will Ospreay?
Will?
Yeah, it is Will. By a very wide margin. It wasn't even close. All right.
Wow.
So you're 3 for 5. You're off to a good start here. Women's wrestling MVP. Is it Shayna Baszler, Becky Lynch, or Tessa Blanchard?
Ooh, this is hard. I have to go with my girl, though. Tessa.
I knew you would.
Yeah.
She finished second. It was Becky Lynch.
I mean, she's my girl.
Yeah, I know. All right, next category. So we're done with MVPs for now. Best box office draw. Is it Okada, Brock Lesnar, or Chris Jericho?
Kenny Okada?
Okada finished 4th in this category.
Oh.
The winner was Chris Jericho. Next category is the feud of the year. Feud of the year. Is it Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano, the Young Bucks versus Pentagon Jr. and Rey Fenix, or Chris Jericho versus Cody?
I'm going to go with the first.
Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano?
Yeah.
You are correct. Very good. All right, next category. The most improved wrestler. Was it Jon Moxley, Lance Archer, or Jungle Boy?
Jungle Boy.
Jungle Boy finished third. The winner is Lance Archer. So you're still doing good. I think you got like 3 or 4 right, so that's not bad. Next category, most charismatic. Is it Tetsuya Naito, Chris Jericho, or Cody?
Cody?
Cody finished second. It was Chris Jericho.
Again.
All right. The next category is the Bryan Danielson Award for the Best Technical Wrestler. Was it Daniel Bryan, Zack Sabre Jr., or Will Ospreay?
Will?
Will finished third in the category. The winner was Zack Sabre Jr. Zack wins the award for the 6th year in a row.
Wow.
That's very good. Next up is the Bruiser Brody Memorial Award for the Best Brawler. Is it Shingo Takagi, Tomohiro Ishii, or Jon Moxley?
Second?
I think that was Ishii, I said. And you are correct. Ishii wins this award for the 5th year in a row. Excuse me. Next category, Best Flying Wrestler. Is it Rey Fenix, Dragon Lee, or Will Ospreay?
I'm going to go with Will again.
It is Will Ospreay. Alright, now, here comes a fun category. The most overrated wrestler. And I'm going to give you a clue.
Roman Reigns.
I'm going to give you a clue. It is WWE. Okay. Is it
Roman Reigns?
Seth Rollins?
Okay.
King Corbin? Or Bray Wyatt?
Overrated?
Overrated.
Wow. No one of them is the real answer. Corbin?
Yeah, Corbin won the award. Roman Reigns didn't even make the top 10.
Wow.
2nd year in a row, Corbin's won this award.
I don't think he's overrated, though. He's just a good heel.
Alright, let's go to underrated. Is it Matt Riddle, Toa Henare, or Shorty G?
Shorty.
It is Shorty G. Yeah. Very good. All right. Now we go to Rookie of the Year. Is it Carl Fredericks, Jungle Boy, or Cain Velasquez?
Cain.
He finished third. The winner is Jungle Boy. Best non-wrestler.
Non-wrestler?
Non-wrestler.
Okay, promoter or something.
Right. Is it Zelina Vega,
Oh yeah.
Selena De La Renta,
Oh,
or
she's
Paul Heyman?
Yeah, I have to go with Paul.
It's Paul Heyman.
Yeah. Can I guess that it was a Selena in the second place?
Vega?
No,
Oh, De La
both of them
Renta.
are named Selena.
Oh, well, I'll tell you, Zelina Vega was second and Selena De La Renta was third.
Right. So I said, can I guess it was a Selena in the second? Yeah.
All right. Next category, Best Television Announcer.
Ooh.
Is it Tony Schiavone,
Mm.
Excalibur,
Mm-hmm.
or Kevin Kelly?
Kevin.
It is Kevin Kelly. Very good.
I mean, yeah. Excalibur is really good, though.
He is
I
good.
really like him. Yeah, I really like him.
With all due respect to Tony, I'm surprised he was in the top 3.
Yeah,
But that's a good thing.
I would probably put Corey Graves over him, to be honest. I really like Corey.
All right. Next category is the worst television announcer. Is it Michael Cole, Corey Graves, or Beth Phoenix?
Corey.
It's Corey Graves.
Yeah.
All right. Next category. This is a good one. Best major wrestling show. Is it NXT TakeOver New York, AEW Double or Nothing, or Wrestle Kingdom 13?
Oh, if you hadn't said Wrestle Kingdom 13, I would go AEW. Okay, so it's between those, because I can already tell you what's third.
All right. Yeah.
Am I right about that?
Yeah.
Yes. So, that is so hard.
Mm-hmm.
Picking between. So, here's my question though.
Okay.
Do they see Wrestle Kingdom 13 as one event, or is it day 1 or 2?
Oh, okay. I'm glad you asked that. This is not the Wrestle Kingdom that was 2 days. This was the previous year.
Okay, so it's Wrestle Kingdom 13 then.
Wrestle Kingdom 13 finished second. Double or Nothing was the winner by 36 votes. It was close. So now we go from the best to the worst major wrestling show of the year. Was it Hell in a Cell, Crown Jewel, or Super Showdown from last year?
So it's one of the two lasts.
Yeah, basically it's a Saudi Arabia show. The question is, which one?
Which one? This is so hard. Super Showdown.
You are correct.
Woo!
Last year's or the previous year's winner was also in Saudi Arabia. It was Crown Jewel. So I think we got a good trend here that Saudi Arabia is going to be taking this category for the next several years. Best Wrestling Maneuver is our next category. Is it Kenny Omega's One-Winged Angel, Will Ospreay's Stormbreaker, or Okada's Rainmaker?
Rainmaker.
Rainmaker was third.
Really?
The winner is Ospreay's Stormbreaker.
I am very happy to hear that. I love that.
All right. Now, this next one. This always gets a laugh. The most disgusting promotional tactic of the year. Was it Ring of Honor using Enzo and Cass at Madison Square Garden without telling New Japan? WWE Mike and Maria Kanellis' pregnancy angle? Or WWE continuing to do business in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah. I have to go Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that was the big one.
My long shot.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess.
And to be honest with you, I don't know why the Enzo and Cass thing would even be on there. It never went to anything, so... would you like to know the other wrestling nominees from this category?
Yes.
The other ones that got votes: WWE using Roman Reigns' cancer to draw a Raw rating. WWE counter-programming AEW Fight for Fallen charity show. WWE Corey Graves tweet on Mauro Ranallo. And WWE Eric Rowan attempted murder of Roman Reigns.
So many bad angles.
Yeah. Now to the worst television show. Was it SmackDown, Raw, or Ring of Honor?
Well, it's not Ring of Honor.
No.
What was the two others?
Raw or SmackDown?
Raw or SmackDown? I have to go with Raw.
It's Raw.
Yeah.
This is the 7th time in the last 8 years Raw has won this category.
Oh, yay.
God, this is a fun category. Speaking of fun categories, our next one, worst match of the year. Was it The Undertaker versus Goldberg, Braun Strowman versus Tyson Fury, or Bray Wyatt versus Seth Rollins, Hell in a Cell?
Worst.
The worst.
First?
Yeah, the worst match of the year.
Yeah, the first is that, maybe?
Undertaker and Goldberg finished second. The winner was Bray Wyatt and Seth Rollins, Hell in a Cell.
I mean, I complained about it because I couldn't see anything, so...
Right. Worst feud of the year. Is it Roman Reigns against King Corbin, Seth Rollins versus Bray Wyatt, or Rusev versus Bobby Lashley?
Yeah, Bobby Lashley, I think.
That finished second. Rollins and Wyatt win worst feud of the year. All right, worst wrestling promotion of the year. Impact, Ring of Honor, or WWE?
WWE.
WWE. Yep, you got it.
Yeah.
The best booker. Booker T, not in this category. Is it Paul Levesque, Tony Khan, or Gato?
Gato?
Yeah.
Mm.
It is
Gato.
It is Gato. Very good. Promoter of the year. Is it Tony Khan, Paul Levesque, or the tandem of Harold Maj and Takaki Kidani?
I have no clue.
Take a guess.
Second.
Paul Levesque.
Yes.
He finished third. The winner was Tony Khan. So very good for him.
Mm.
Best gimmick. Is it Chris Jericho, The Fiend, or Orange Cassidy?
Oh, I love Orange Cassidy
I
though.
know.
But it is the Fiend.
It is The Fiend. That is correct.
Yeah. I mean, my heart says Cassidy, but it is the
I know.
Fiend. Yeah.
So now
I'm trying to win this, not be right.
So now we're going to the worst gimmick.
Okay.
Is it Shorty G, King Corbin, or The Fiend?
King Corbin.
King Corbin finished second.
Wow.
It is Shorty G.
I mean, it's not his fault.
No, it's not. It's not. Do you want to take a guess at best wrestling book, or do you just want to know who won it?
Best wrestling booker?
No, book.
What do you mean book?
Like a book.
Oh, wrestling book. Okay, sure.
All right.
Tell me.
All right. The winner was 100 Things a WWE Fan Should Know or Do Before They Die by Brian Alvarez.
Okay.
And Best Pro Wrestling Documentary was Dark Side of the Ring.
Mm.
And in the notes, Meltzer has most respondents wrote Dark Side of the Ring rather than a specified episode of the series, but individuals that did mention a specific one included the Bruiser Brody, Von Erich, and Gino Hernandez episodes, but they're using the whole show as best documentary, and I think that's a good call. All right.
Okay.
Next category. The wrestling match of the year. We got some good ones on this one. Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Kenny Omega, Wrestle Kingdom 13. Cody versus Dustin Rhodes from Double or Nothing. Will Ospreay versus Shingo from Best of the Super Juniors.
Yeah, no, it's not the last one. I'm going to go Cody versus his brother.
Cody versus his brother finished third. The
Really?
winner was Will Ospreay versus Shingo Takagi.
I am very happy to hear that because I love that match, but I didn't think it would be first.
All right. Next category is Best Weekly TV Show.
Okay.
Excuse me. Is it NXT, AEW Dynamite, or NWA Power? Hey, look at that. It made the top 3.
Yeah, no, AEW.
It is AEW. Very good. Next category, the best promotion of the year. Is it All Elite Wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling, or WWE?
What was the category again?
The best promotion of the year.
And it's not AEW. AEW?
AEW finished second.
Ooh!
The winner,
Really?
the winner is New Japan Pro Wrestling.
I'm happy to hear that.
New Japan wins this award for the 7th year in a row and wins this for the 15th time overall. Very good there. Best on interviews is the next category. Is it Cody, MJF, or Chris Jericho?
MJF.
MJF finished a very respectable third. The winner is Chris Jericho. And then we have the Tag Team of the Year. Tag Team of the Year. Is it the Young Bucks?
Sorry. I read a very funny joke. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, let's hear it real quick.
Okay. I went into the pharmacy and asked, what gets rid of coronavirus? The assistant said, ammonia cleaner. I said, I'm sorry. I thought you worked here.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay. Is it the Young Bucks, the Lucha Brothers, or Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly? Tag Team of the Year.
Young Bucks.
They finished second. The winners are the Lucha Brothers.
Oh, really?
Ending a 5-year run of the Young Bucks winning that category. Alright. Most outstanding wrestler. Is it Okada, Kota Ibushi, or Will Ospreay?
Will.
It is Will Ospreay.
Yes!
And our final category, the Lou Thesz Ric Flair Award for Wrestler of the Year. You've done pretty good with this, Fro. I have to give you credit.
Thank you.
Who won the Wrestler of the Year award? Is it Chris Jericho, Will Ospreay, or Okada?
Will.
Finished third.
The
Wrestler of the Year.
Okada.
Chris Jericho.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Beating Okada. I'm amazed. Cool.
So congratulations to Jericho for winning the award, and congratulations to all the people who won their respective awards. And congratulations to Fro, you did pretty good. I don't even remember how many you got right.
More than half.
Probably.
Probably.
All right.
You can tell us, audience.
So, now we're going to talk about AEW Revolution.
Yes.
We're going to talk about each match. We also have Dave Meltzer's ratings. And we also have CBS Sports' ratings because ESPN is kissing WWE's ass. So, opening match was the buy-in match. The Dark Order against Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky. This was an okay match.
Yeah.
I thought this could have been more of maybe a match for Dynamite than the pre-show for the pay-per-view. Doesn't mean it was a bad match. It just didn't feel like it should be here for me. Dark Order got the win, and then after the match, they attacked Kazarian and Scorpio Sky, and all of a sudden, Colt Cabana comes out to make the save. What? Mm-hmm. And then he gets attacked, and then, look, the Exalted One is here, but it's Christopher Daniels, and he attacks the Dark Order. I gave this a C-.
I think I agree with you.
Yeah, I think you did too.
Yeah.
Meltzer gave this 2 3/4 stars. And
I am going to agree with Bill a lot on this.
Yeah.
That is what I remember.
Yeah. And CBS Sports, this time it was Brent Brookhouse who did the ratings for this one. He gave it a C+. Next match to kick off the pay-per-view was Dustin Rhodes against Jake Hager. We saw Hager's wife at ringside, So Hager gave his wife a Greco-Roman tonsil lock before the match. We had some wrestling in the ring. We had some brawling out of the ring. It got a little chaotic at one point. Dustin also gave Jake's wife a Greco-Roman tonsil lock. We had some near falls in the match. Hager got the win with what looked like it was like a sleeper submission hold. Excuse me. It was a little hard to describe. I thought it was a good enough match to start the pay-per-view. I gave it a B-.
Yeah, I gave it a B- as well.
All right. Meltzer rated this 3 stars, and CBS gave it a C+. Then we go to Sammy Guevara against Darby Allin. The start of the match is, we don't have an official match right away because they start fighting on the floor. Allin does a dive through the ropes. And they're fighting all over the place. They go into the crowd. They go to ringside. Darby does a dive at one point. And at first it looked like he had hit it. But when you looked at the replay, his feet caught the ropes. So he just missed Guevara. And then Sammy does an incredible looking 630 splash through the table onto Darby Allin. It looked magnificent. Then we have a match. Guevara has the advantage for most of it, but Darby Allin does manage to make a comeback, and he hits the coffin drop successfully to win the match. A good little match. I gave it a C+.
Yeah, I agree again.
Meltzer gave this 3 3/4 stars. CBS Sports gave it a B. And then this match. The Young Bucks versus Kenny Omega and Adam Page for the AEW Tag Team titles. I think it's safe to say it is the early favorite for match of the year right now.
Oh, definitely up there. I think there's arguments to say it's the definitely match of the year quality.
I want to read this one sentence from Meltzer real quick before we get into this match. After the Young Bucks Omega Page match on the Revolution show, the immediate reaction was that it was one of the greatest, if not the greatest tag team match of all time. It's high up there for me. I've never seen a tag team match like this. The storytelling was so good.
I think it is my favorite tag team match of all time.
I mean, the storytelling's amazing. Because one of the Bucks doesn't want to hurt Kenny Omega. He's their friend. But the other Buck is like, screw it, we're going for the tag titles. We gotta win the titles. And Page, he has, no care in this match except holding on to the belts. Omega doesn't want to hurt any one of his friends. And it is such an amazing match. It is such a fantastic storytelling. And there's a lot of high dives and near falls, and the fans are booing the Young Bucks in this match, which I never thought I would see in AEW.
And it's so good because they don't heal it up either.
Exactly. They're just being themselves.
They're just being themselves. And that's one of the things that I love about this match. It's how much they play into it.
Yeah. I mean, you have to go back to see all the spots that were hit in this match. It was a fantastic, amazing match. We get the buckshot V-trigger combo that pretty much does the match in. After the match, the Young Bucks and Omega shake hands. Adam Page doesn't really do much. And then Page is on the outside. It looks like he's about to do something to Omega, but doesn't do it. This was easily the match of the night. A+ for me.
Yeah, this is the first time we're going to disagree. Because I didn't give it an A+. I gave it an S.
Yes. And for those that are new, an S is a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious match.
Mm-hmm. I just super enjoyed it. It is so incredibly good. It is a match I have seen at least 3 times, and I think you should go out of your way to watch this.
Absolutely.
Match. It is that incredibly good.
It is. It really is. I can't think of another tag match in recent memory that was this good. Meltzer gave this 6 stars. CBS Sports gave it an A+. Pretty much universally praised. What else is there to say? After that, the AEW Women's title was on the line. Chris Statlander challenging Nyla Rose. The match was put in a bad spot. It had to follow up the tag match number 1.
Yeah, this is not their fault.
No, it's not. It looked a little sloppy at times, but we also have to remember Statlander was dealing with the flu the week of the show. I'm sure if the two were given another opportunity, they could probably have a better match. Nyla Rose won with the power bomb to retain the title. I gave this a D.
Yeah, I think I gave this a D-.
All right. Meltzer gave this 2 stars. CBS Sports gave it a D. Then we have Cody versus MJF. Before we even get into the match, we have to mention this. Cody has a neck tattoo.
Yeah, and we discussed, is this a permanent one or is it just a sticker one? Because the thing is, it looks incredibly fresh.
Right.
And it also looks very bright and shimmering.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of looks like it's just added on there and there. So my argument before the match started was like, okay, let's see at the end if it's still as perfect as it is now. Because if he gets at least some contact around his neck area, it will be a little smudged at the end of the match. Because the placement of it, and also, how do I say this very nicely? There are some imagery on this that could be looked upon as extremely racist.
The thing is, the tattoo's not the problem. It's where it's located is the problem.
Yeah, and also that it has imagery that could be looked upon as a racist statement.
I could tell you, a fan started a GoFundMe campaign to have Cody Rhodes remove his tattoo.
That's funny.
At one point, Brandy donated $5 to the cause.
That's funny.
Let me see if it's still up. I want to see if this is still up. It doesn't look like it. But, yeah. A fan had started a GoFundMe campaign, and Brandy had donated $5. So,
that's funny. But yeah, no, all their imagery, all things that is on their bags, on their trunks, everything is branded with this neck tattoo. So it is very clearly that this is a part of his new gimmick.
Yeah.
But I have to say one thing: it does not fucking work because it is atrociously stupid to have something like that.
Anywhere else on his body, I think I would have been fine.
Yeah, but the thing is, like what Luke pointed out as well during the pay-per-view, was that the imagery was kind of.
Mm-hmm.
If you looked at the point, it could be a racist thing, so it's not a good thing.
Well, let's talk about the match itself. This is a good match that tells a fantastic story. I
agree.
Really enjoyed the story because Cody has waited months to get his hands on MJF.
Mm-hmm.
It is a good back and forth match. And MJF gets an advantage, Cody gets an advantage, it goes back and forth. And Fro, I think I figured out where MJF gets busted open. Because I had to watch Dynamite this week to see, because they actually did show it. When Cody does that step-up kick on the second rope, and MJF goes to the floor, he must have hit something. Either the apron or the floor or something that caused him to bleed like that. Because he did get busted open.
I thought it was a self-blade.
Yeah, I think it was too. I do as well.
And I don't especially like blood, so I have a little more problem with this match than you have.
Right.
I think blood is needed when it is needed. I think if you get twisted out the hard way, I'm totally fine with that. But self-blading, I had a friend that was a self-cutter, and she struggled with it her whole life with self-cutting, and that was her way of crying. And I know what harm it does to people. So having that as an entertainment factor is just like, for me, it is very hard to swallow.
Right. Brandy attempts a dive onto Wardlow. She gets caught. Cody sees this. Wardlow puts her down. Cody tries to kick Wardlow, accidentally kicks Arn Anderson, which is a surprise. I didn't think Arn would take that bump. Then you get to the end of the match. MJF is begging Cody off. He's crying, he's pleading, he's apologizing, and then he spits on him, and then Cody just goes to work on him. He gets a couple of crossroads in, should have gone for the pin, but didn't. And then MJF knocks Cody out with his ring. We didn't see him put the ring on, but he put it on, knocked him out. 1, 2, 3. MJF wins, which was fantastic. I loved it. I thought.
Nobody saw this coming.
Right. Well, except you and me. We called it last week, but But this was a great match. Great storytelling. I gave this an A-.
Yeah, I gave it a B+ because of the blading. Yeah. I can't stomach it. It's not really the match's fault. It's just preference.
Meltzer gave this 3.5 stars. CBS Sports gave it a B+. And then, after the match, Jim Ross, with one of the greatest lines in the history of wrestling. He's like, "There, you see a man that is defeated. If you want to take a picture of that, go take a selfie."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Jim Ross doesn't know what a selfie is.
Yeah, I don't think that's how selfies work, JR.
No.
Oh, God. God bless JR. He's senile, but God bless him.
My mom always said, "Stupid is and stupid does."
You don't have any legs, Lieutenant Dan.
I love that.
Then we have, what? This is our semi-main event?
I know.
Against Orange Cassidy?
And I have to say this right away. This is how you do a comedy match.
Yes.
It is so incredibly true and true. I just loved this match.
Oh my God.
Of the antics going on, how they were hitting each other with the boots.
Mm-hmm.
It was so funny. I had a ball with this match.
Oh my gosh. And you know what? This was a comedy match where you were not insulted watching this match. There were comments that I read days after where people were like, I showed this match to my dad, or I showed this match to my wife, and they enjoyed it. That's how good this match is. And this match tells an incredible story about how here's Orange Cassidy, the guy that you think can't do a damn thing in the ring. And he has this breakout performance of a match with a world-class athlete like Pac. It is unbelievably entertaining. And they put it at the right possible spot before the main event.
Yep. I am so happy that he's getting pushed. I am so happy to see that they put the right man over, because Pac is a tremendously good heel. He is one of the best heels in the world right now.
Yeah. And the best comment that I heard all weekend about Orange Cassidy, and it's the honest truth, bro. Orange Cassidy right now is more over than anybody in WWE.
Yeah, I said on the podcast where you can listen to the Patreon. Go to Patreon. That I think he is on the same level as Velveteen Dream. I do think so, and for me to say that is a very big honor, because Velveteen Dream right now is my favorite wrestler currently wrestling.
Pac does get the win with a submission, but this was a fun, entertaining match. I love the hell out of this. I gave this an A+. Or not an A+, an A-.
Yeah, and I gave it an A+.
Yeah, you did. Meltzer gave this 3 3/4 stars. CBS Sports gave it a B+. Excuse me. Now we go to the main event for the AEW title. Jon Moxley against Chris Jericho. Jericho has a chorus, a choir even, singing his song. And there was an article that came out a few days after the show. Very good read. I wish I had the link to it. Basically, the lead singer from the choir, her brother was a wrestling fan. And Jericho was his favorite wrestler. And the young man passed away many years ago, but she still kept watching wrestling. And for her to do this for her brother's favorite wrestler is such a full circle story. It was fantastic to hear.
It's the circle of life.
The match is a good match. It's a good main event. It is.
I think I said it.
You weren't as big of a fan of it as you thought you would be.
No, and it kind of disappointed me. Yeah.
You had Santana and Ortiz on the outside. They brawl in the crowd. Back and forth. We do have some wrestling. Jericho goes for Moxley's bad eye. At one point, Moxley goes through the timekeeper's table, hits the back of his head on the bell, it looks like. Jericho's doing everything he can to win, and if he's not winning, he's trying everything to get himself disqualified. The referee will not let him do it. Jake Hager comes out, Referee kicks those three out. Sammy Guevara comes, hits, or gives Jericho the belt. Jericho hits Moxley with the belt, could only get a 2 count. And then eventually Moxley comes back and he pulls the eye patch off and reveals that his eye is fully healed.
It's so funny.
And then he hits 2 paradigm shifts, and 1, 2, 3, Jon Moxley is the new AEW World Champion.
Mm-hmm.
Then he gave a post-match speech saying that this belt is for the fans. This is what professional wrestling is. I gave this match a B+.
Yeah, I don't think I gave it better than a B+ as well.
Yeah. Meltzer gave this 3 3/4 stars. CBS Sports gave it a B+. And that is AEW Revolution, a very positive pay-per-view. Probably one of the best pay-per-views I've watched in a long time.
It's in the argument of best pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah, it's right up there. I would give it an A grade.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's definitely A grade for me.
Yeah.
I will tell you what's not going to be a grade pay-per-view. This coming pay-per-view.
Yeah, the Elimination Chamber.
I have no freaking interest in this pay-per-view whatsoever.
Well, we got to make predictions though for.
I know, but this is the first time I can remember in a very, very long time that I went. Because me and Luke talked after the podcast, and I said, I will probably not be there on Sunday.
Wow. That's saying
because I don't care. I decided today because I didn't know I was going to be drunk yesterday,
right.
And today I have relaxed so much that I actually have a little more energy to see this pay-per-view, so I'm going to watch it tomorrow. I just don't care about one freaking single match.
Fro picked the wrong day to be drunk like a skunk.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to make predictions for these matches.
I'm going to predict I'm not going to like this pay-per-view.
This is the weakest looking pay-per-view for WWE I've seen in a long time.
Oh, it's bad.
So, let's start with the match that actually could give us some hope as being a very good match. Daniel Bryan against Drew Gulak.
Yeah, I'm very happy that you picked this. I have absolutely no clue that Drew Gulak was still there. No, I'm kind of kidding. But Daniel Brierson over.
You know, I'm going to go for the upset. I'm going to go with Drew Gulak.
I would be totally fine with
that. That would be so awesome.
Yeah.
United States title, Andrade defends against Humberto Carrillo.
Yeah, this is also on. They had a terrible match at Saudi Arabia. I don't care who wins. I don't care about any of the wrestlers. So I will do a mental coin flip and say the champion retains.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I think the champ's going to retain the title on this one.
I think mostly because of what happened in Saudi Arabia.
Perhaps. The Raw Tag Team titles will be on the line. The new champions, the Street Profits, will defend against Seth Rollins and Murphy.
Haven't I seen this before?
Yeah, it happened last Monday night on Raw and then the previous week in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I have this feeling that I've seen this match 2 fucking times before. Why do they do this over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Like I feel like I'm trapped in that movie, Groundhog Day. Yeah, it's just like it's so incredibly insulting to me. I have no interest in who wins, but the champions, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, they just won the freaking belts.
But I don't care.
I know.
I've seen this 2 times before this week. Like,
there you go.
That's my opinion of this.
Yep, you got our 8 to 11-year-old crowd into this.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Aleister Black against AJ Styles in a no disqualification match.
What? Where did this come from?
Well, alright, I'll give you the short version. A couple weeks ago on Raw, AJ Styles and the OC attacked Aleister Black in the locker room before Black had a match. Then Monday on Raw, it was supposed to be Black versus Styles, but Styles said, no, you didn't read the contract. To get me, you have to face Carl Anderson. Black beats Anderson. Styles is like, oh, wait a minute. Now you also got to face Gallows. Black beat Gallows. Styles came in, beat Aleister Black. Now we have a no DQ match.
It is so sad when one of your favorite wrestlers are on the show and you don't care about his match.
Mm-hmm.
So it's for nothing?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no title.
No title on the line.
You go first.
I think Aleister Black is going to win because we're going to get Undertaker gongs go off in the match.
Oh, yeah.
So Black is going to win.
Okay. I will go with you.
All right.
Because I don't care. I don't care about the single match. It's so sad.
Then we have our first of 2 Elimination Chamber matches. This is for the SmackDown Tag Team titles, where The Miz and John Morrison will be defending against The New Day, The Usos, Heavy Machinery, the House Party, Dolph Ziggler, and Robert Roode.
I have a feeling I've seen this match before. The repeat show.
Yep.
I'm sticking with the champs, I guess.
They just won the freaking belts.
Yeah.
They're not going to take it off of Miz and Morrison.
This is why I hate this pay-per-view. So easy to pick.
This could be on the worst show of the year list next year.
Oh, definitely.
Then we have a 3-on-1 handicap match for the Intercontinental title. The champion, Braun Strowman, defending against Shinsuke Nakamura, Cesaro, and Sami Zayn.
I'm having the weirdest case of deja vu because I think I've seen this match before as well. Oh, da 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 da. And if you don't know what that is, watch Groundhog Day again. Champ.
Yeah, I gotta go with Braun.
Like, why would they take it off Braun before WrestleMania?
Because he just... Everyone, let's say the sentence together. He just
won it! So stupid! Oh! hate this pay-per-view.
And our main event, the Women's Elimination Chamber match.
Mm-hmm.
The winner will face Becky Lynch at WrestleMania for the Raw Women's title.
I wonder who it will be! This is so hard to pick! There's absolutely nobody! Everybody knows who's going to win this fucking match! Nobody cares! Ah!
For those who do care, the participants are Natalya, Liv Morgan, Shayna Baszler, Asuka, Ruby Riott, and Sarah Logan.
Wonder who it could be.
Do we even have to say it at this point?
Nah.
Like, with the exception of the first match, every match is so predictable.
Oh.
Well, actually, let me take that back. Black and Styles might not be as predictable.
Yeah.
So, Bryan and Gulak, Black and Styles are the two matches that are not as predictable. Everything else is predictable.
But we should maybe say who we think is going to win here. Who's going to win it, though? Really? You think it's going to be Baszler?
Yeah.
Let's see if I agree. Could it be the one that I have pumped over and over and over and over and over and over again wants to have this match in WrestleMania? It is so incredible predictable! I don't fucking care about this pay-per-view! I'm angry now before I've seen it!
And to think, we could have had a men's Elimination Chamber match.
Yeah, I know.
With Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, Shinsuke, Daniel Bryan. I think Cesaro would have been in there, and Sheamus would have been in there. But nope, we don't get that.
I'm angry before this pay-per-view.
Yeah, before the pay-per-view.
I mean, it's so like it is so predictable that the only way it could turn another way is that WWE turns a big middle finger and says, "Fuck you, fans. We're going to do something else." And if they do that, I will be even more angry. Oh.
And Fro, here's the worst part of it. This show is in Philadelphia, and those are some of the most bloodthirsty fans in the world.
I know.
And if you piss them off, you're going to get it. And that's exactly what they're going to get tomorrow.
I can't wait for all that bullshit chants.
Yep. Oh, man. Oh
my.
Let's end on a good note here. Did you see Jake Roberts' promo this week?
I did.
Wasn't that fantastic?
It was fantastic.
Oh my God. If you haven't seen it, folks, go out of your way to see it. The man never lost it.
What's your favorite show of the week?
Honestly, I think Dynamite was the best show this week.
Yeah. Dynamite was really good.
Because you didn't have anything that was, like match of the year contender, but it was a good bookend to to Revolution with the stuff that happened. I think Raw is actually second place for me just because of the first segment and the last segment. So, I have one final piece of news that I can't believe I've overlooked this. And because I know there are going to be people that are probably in the position that they don't want to see WrestleMania this this year? Well, folks, do I have a surprise for you? Because for the first time in forever, a wrestling promotion will be running a show opposite of WrestleMania at the same time. Beyond Wrestling will be having a show on April the 5th at 8 p.m. in Tampa, Florida, while WrestleMania is going on. It is going to be at the 81 Bay Brewing Company with an 8 p.m. bell time. One match has been announced so far. It is Jonathan Gresham against Daniel Makabe. You can probably see this on independentwrestling.tv. That is my guess. But Fro, how do you feel about this? A wrestling promotion running a show during WrestleMania.
I mean, they are crazy, but it's okay.
I mean, you don't hear about it that much anymore because it's like with sports in the Super Bowl. You don't have a game during the Super Bowl. Here, you do not have a show during WrestleMania. Well, guess what? Somebody is going to have a show during WrestleMania this year. Whew. Well, on that note, let's start wrapping it up for this week. If you guys have any questions or comments, send an email. WrestlingMan@thatwrestlingshow.com. Don't forget to follow the show on Twitter @WrestlingShow11. Follow us on Instagram @ThatWrestlingShow. Join us on our Facebook group. It is That Wrestling Show fan group. You type that in the search bar, and you are right there. If you can't find it, it's okay. I post the link in the description of each and every episode. Visit the website, thatwrestlingshow.com, and visit the Patreon page, patreon.com/thatwrestlingshow, with the best tiers that you could ask for. They are so affordable, folks. It's not going to cost that much out of your pocket if you're interested. Bro, what did you guys discuss on Another Digital Citizen this week?
Very good question. What did we talk about this week? I was like, I should probably prepare when people ask me.
Yeah, you really should.
It's like, what did you talk about? I don't remember.
Here, I'll look it up.
It was some weird UFO religion.
Oh, yeah, one of those.
Yes.
Let's see. You had discussed, as soon as I find it. Let's see. Tron Tells the Truth.
Right.
Fiat Lux.
Yeah, Fiat Lux. Yes, that is the weird UFO religion.
Alright, and you guys did another digital review of The Invisible Man.
Yeah. I am Invisible Man.
Elizabeth, why would anyone want to be invisible and stalk Elizabeth Moss? I'm sorry, but...
Yeah, she's an amazing actor, but she's not...
Not easy on the eyes.
Yes, no. She reminds me a little of that girl from Sex and the City. You know Horseface McGee?
Oh yeah, Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yes!
Horseface McGee.
I love that you took that reference just because I said Horseface McGee.
Yep.
Yes. Go and watch South Park, everybody.
There you go. Well, let's talk about some wrestling podcasts you guys should check out. Check out our Vantage Point, the Retro Wrestling Podcast, with Joe Murata and Michael Quinn. They take you through the world of retro wrestling as only they can. This week, as in their Influence segment, they discuss Gorgeous George. A very good discussion there. Plus, week 4 of the Royal Rankings of the Best Managers. And they review an episode of Monday Night Raw from 1995. They put themselves through a lot of torture on that one, so check out our Vantage Point. If you like your podcasts hosted by one individual, may I recommend...
Can I say the name?
Go for it.
Can I say the name?
Go for it.
Yes. It's Greetings from Allentown.
Very good. With your host, PW Peter Winston, he watches one episode of professional wrestling each week and discusses it in his own unique way. This week, he reviews the last episode of UWF TV from Bill Watts from April 25th, 1987. So check out Greetings from Allentown. If you're
Greetings from Allentown.
Now, if you're looking for non-wrestling related podcasts, check out the Hollywood Profiles of Yesteryear and Three Stooges Throwback with former guest Gabe Russo, where he watches all the Three Stooges shorts in order. This week, he discusses Ants in the Pantry.
Ants in the Pantry? I don't think I've seen it.
Alright, well, you're going to have to check it out. It is Three Stooges Throwback and the Hollywood Profiles of Yesteryear. Also, check out Unspooled with Paul and Amy as they watch and discuss each movie from AFI's list of the 100 greatest movies of all time, the 2007 edition. This week, they discuss the movie MASH.
I'm going to be very controversial and say that I like the TV show more than I like the movie.
I actually prefer the movie more than I do the TV show.
Yeah, I know. I know a lot of people do, but I really, really like MASH, the TV show.
So check out Unspooled.
Mm-hmm.
Also, check out Last Stop Penn Station with Kerry Silken and Ian Riccaboni. This week, Kerry discusses his continuing adventures in Puerto Rico. That is Last Stop Penn Station. And listen to Shark's Pond, a South Park podcast where I watch and review every South Park episode ever. This week, I review Cartman's Incredible Gift. And you'll get to hear what legendary cartoon character turned his back on his own kind and sold out.
Yeah.
So, we have an announcement. Next week, we are doing a Thursday episode of that wrestling show.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing it a day early. And we will be reviewing the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. So that means we'll get to put Fro through some more torture. Plus,
I'm so happy.
I know. Plus, we'll discuss the newest inductee for the WWE Hall of Fame. And we're going to make our predictions for Ring of Honor's 18th anniversary show because that pay-per-view is next Friday night. So,
yeah, I have seen the card for this. It looks very, very good.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to see it live that night.
Me neither.
I'm going out that night, so I'll probably catch like the replay of it on the internet. So,
Ooh, are you going on a date?
Actually, we're going to a play. We're going to see Kinky Boots.
Kinky Boots? What's Kinky Boots?
It's about a guy that dresses up as a woman.
So me on the Friday.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And if you want...
That's not true, by the way.
And if you want an early review of the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, sign up for our $3 tier on Patreon right now because you will get this Monday our review of the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view first before anybody else gets to hear it for just $3. And it's Patreon.
You know, if I'm going to be angry, I'm going to be mostly angry on that show. So, if you like Angry Fro, maybe you should listen.
Mm-hmm. So, on that note, everybody have a good, safe weekend. Have fun. Do whatever it is you do. And come back next week for another episode of That Wrestling Show, the podcast where all pro wrestling matters. And as always,
Da 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 da.
wrestle on.